Hi, it's Malcolm here and welcome to another video. So in this video I'm going to show you the new column that I've added to the Greyhound software, Racecard software. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel or give it a thumbs up if you like it. But let's get on with the video. So this is the new column I've added here, which is this one here, which is total runs and strike rate. Now this is the total runs out of my own database. Which is coming up to a year old. Well, not quite a year old, but it's getting there. And the strike rate. So now we have two columns. We've got one with the strike rate and runs and wins from the same class, distance, course, or whatever. And then we've got this second column, which actually shows overall what this runner tends to do. So by comparing the two, we can kind of get an idea of where or how good the runner really is. And if he's at the moment, doing better than would be expected, or doing worse than expected. Of course, you can also include the score in this if you want to, which will probably increase your strike rate. But I just take you through the idea that I have that you can use with this. So the way I'm looking at this is that if we know that the average strike rate is about 17% for a dog to win a race, so we know it's about 17%, and you'll see often these runners are 16-17%, that kind of thing, but you'll get the odd one which is better. So in this case, I mean, this is a low confidence race, so you may not want to use it on these types of races, but we'll just go through the cards anyway. But this one here over the last 14 races has got a strike rate of 35%, and on this occasion, or in this class, it's got a strike rate of 28%. So it could theoretically do better. So you'd probably just want to stay away from it. It is favourite, and you'd be kind of going, I do want to stay away from it. The second scenario is this one, where we know that they can win because it's got a strike rate of 12.5%. So we know this dog can win, but it hasn't won yet. So in other words, we're thinking, well, it could win this time. So they're your two kind of strategies that you're looking at. So what we're actually looking for is a runner that's got a high strike rate at the class and course and distance at the moment, but overall has got a low strike rate. Because then we can kind of look at it and say, well, at the moment they're doing very well, but generally their strike rate is further down here. So maybe they're going back, maybe this will level up over time and they will go down. So that's what we're kind of looking for. So as I said, in some races you just won't find any runners, and in this race we've got a couple that or three in fact that haven't won at all yet, so we'd expect them to be winning, especially this one at some stage. We've got one that's got normally a higher strike rate than it's got at the moment, and this one where the strike rate is pretty much the same, and this one is pretty much the same. So we haven't actually got a real choice of what to go on as far as this race is concerned. And as I said, you might want to stick away or stay away from low confidence. You may also want to watch what classes you use this for as well, but I haven't looked into that a lot, but I generally use Class A races if I can help it. But every race it gives you a chance. So let's have a look here. So the average is 16.6%, and it's winning at about that rate. So we probably wouldn't want to go on that one. Same here, same here, same here. This one hasn't won after 13 races and still hasn't won yet. So you could take that two ways. You could say, well, it obviously can't win very well, so maybe that's one to go on. But you never know. So I don't know if I'd take that strategy or not. I probably wouldn't. And these two are exactly the same. So again, there's nothing really in that race that you can say, oh yeah, that's an obvious one I could go for. So we go to the next one. So again, we've got the favourite with a good strike rate of 26.67, hasn't won yet, only had one run, but again you'd expect it to win. This one has a high strike rate of about 36. Normally it's about 30, so there could be something in that is coming down, but probably the one I would have gone on if I'm sticking to this like to a maximum lay of say 10 or something like that, I'm probably betting to liability in this case. and I don't mind going on a score of 7, which is actually quite high in our ratings. You can see that, you know, this runner is actually doing a lot better than would be normally expected from that runner. So maybe this is a race where we could take a chance on it not coming first. It's not the favourite. This one is, and that hasn't had a run. So you've got that there. This one again, it's got 22% strike rate, hasn't won yet. And that one's about where it was. And that one, well, it's mainly been in this class for some reason. So again, probably wouldn't touch that. So the one that we probably would have gone on if we didn't mind a score of 7 did actually lose a race. So that's a good example. They're all waiting to win on that. So in this race we've got, well, this one hasn't got, it only seems to have been in this class at the moment. This one, it's another one of those, oh, it's had 10 runs and no wins. Will it win again today? Well, this one's generally 18.18. It was only at 7.69, so going upwards. And these other three, I suppose any of them could have won as well. I mean, it's a difficult one to call on those ones. And when they got 12, you might be thinking about it, and 10s and things like that, but generally. So let's go to this next race. I'm not going to do too many of these. You'll get the idea. So 9.38, not a particularly high strike rate, but hasn't won yet, and didn't win again, actually, funny enough. So where are we? So this one here, which had a pretty much standard, well, less than a strike rate, but you know, pretty similar to what you'd expect, and won the race. I mean, it wouldn't have been one you'd go for. That you would expect maybe have a chance to win, and this one as well. So there was nothing really in that race to go on. You know, so you probably left it alone. So this is a low confidence one. Interestingly, that's got a 30% strike rate with 2-0. I mean, they all of them had strike rates, and none of them had wins apart from that one, which had a high strike rate of 25%. And but its average strike rate up to that time would have been 28. So you probably wouldn't have gone on that one, although that's still a very high strike rate for a runner and very few races. So you could argue that that could come down, but probably don't want to take the chance. And when you see more race, more results, you'll see that generally they start to get down to that lower 18%, and in that case 11%. So nothing there, no wins on any of them. So that was just a matter of who was going to win that race. 50 there and down to a 26, so that would have been a possible, and a score of 3, so that would have been a nice selection to probably go for. The cow may have put you off a little bit, but with so many 7s in the race, this is one of those races where you see a low score, 7s and 6, almost a definite to go for, and then when you see something like 50% and 26, that kind of makes you feel a little bit better about it, and it's not a particularly high price at 5.77. And this, as always, won't work all the time, because nothing works all the time, but it can give you some edge. So another one, 42%, that's really high, average is 23, so yeah, that didn't win the race. Another at 33, average at 22. You'd expect these to possibly win the race, you know, with high strike rates. And there's one at 25 there. I'd have thought, well, maybe that's got a better chance of winning the race as well. And then in the end, the one that wins is, again, the one with a lower than normal strike rate. But that could have been anyone's. But you've got those two, especially at 42%, going down to 23. You might prefer to see this down lower, but, you know, it kind of worked again. 33 and 33. That's got a low strike rate of 10%, but it won to keep it that 10%. I suppose you could look at it that way. Was there anything in this race? That one there, 33%, normally has a 14 with only 7 results to go on though. But you know, that might be one you're looking at. Still only 7.6, so not a bad price. So I hope by now you can get the idea of what I'm talking about. And if you add in score to it, you might feel a little bit better about it. But at the moment, I just wanted to show you what it's like if you just basically put the two together and go, okay, if there's one that's high and its average is low, there's possible chance it's not going to win the race. It's an interesting little method, I think, and having the two to look at allows you to go, okay, so what's going on here? Is this one just doing a little bit better than what you'd normally expect? If so, maybe there's another one in the race. So you could even find a way of looking at them all and saying, well, this one's got a lower than average strike rate, so it's expected that it might come up. This one's got a higher, so maybe it'll come down. So oh, that one's got a good chance of winning the race. I don't know. But what we're really talking about with the cards is mainly laying runners rather than backing runners to win, which seems to be a lot easier with greyhounds than it is to find winners. But anyway, hopefully you enjoy that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like it, or give me a thumbs up, or tell somebody about it. I don't know. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.